stand here before y'all and thank y'all for being here this morning. And I'm just give y'all what God gives me.
Amen.
Well, God has been dealing with me about faith. Now faith.
Yeah.
And we know in order to believe in the word of God and to receive what, to really understand what God's saying, to receive his word, we got to have faith.
Yes,
We got to
Lord
believe that it's
Jesus.
already done. When we read the word, we got to believe that it's a now faith. Faith in action is what God is trying to get us to this year. And we also know God deal, with the heart. He live in the heart of men. Talking about us. He live in our heart. And without a clean heart and a repentant heart, how can God operate in your heart if you don't allow him to clean it up for you? And ask him to help you so you can receive from him.
Yes.
Without God living on the inside of you, you won't get this thing. You won't understand what God is saying to us. We can't receive the word of God with an unclean heart. And we all, have been falling short of the glory. We all have been there.
Yes.
We all have been in church just about all our life. But to really understand, we really understand it now, what the word is really saying. How we have been raised up and taught so many things in life. And now we begin to understand that some of the things that we was taught is not so. So now God is just raising up his people.
That's right.
That is called by his name.
Yes.
Right.
All right.
That he have called and set aside.
That's right, girl.
So I ain't putting no mouth on the church, but so many things going on in the church where people is putting people in position, and it's not God.
All right.
And
All
that
right.
he have called to set in position, they got them sitting to the side. That is truly called to walk before God. Just because you don't have this education or this degree in your name, or you don't speak well, or you don't do this, if it's something that don't meet their standard, they don't want to use you. But who knows God can use anybody.
That's right.
He's just looking for a willing vessel.
That's right.
Just to say, I'll do it.
I'll do it.
Right.
People, they say, God don't use women to speak. Why not? When God look at us, he sees us as a gender. He don't see, man nor no woman. He don't care.
That's right.
He just wants somebody who's willing to go.
That's right.
And who going to allow him to live on the inside of them. So he can purge their heart. So he can live through them. That's who he's looking for.
Yes, Lord have mercy.
So I tell people all the time, and like I said, you grow up believing that, and you keep your mouth shut. And you never make proof of what God has called you to do, because it never give you the opportunity to stand before God. Because what they believe, how they believe.
Right.
We got so many rules and stuff is in the church. And we all know, whatever the name of your church is, that's what you act like. To be honest. I'm just being real. I mean, whatever you act like. If your church Pentecost, you act like Pentecost. If your church of Christ, you act like Church of Christ.
Right.
Whatever your church is, that's what you act like. And I've been there before, because I grew up in the church. We had certain ways that we act, certain things you had to do. They don't believe in be honest with you, I ain't heard nothing about no Holy Ghost, no speaking in no tongue, no laying your hand. I didn't know that stuff exists.
All right.
Because they never taught you all that stuff. Looked like they went past that scripture. They talked all the way around it. And I tell you, how can you teach something if you don't know?
That's right.
If you never experienced what the Holy Ghost is, don't know what it is, how you going to tell somebody else what the Holy Ghost is? If God ain't changed you, how you going to tell him that you know a man who can change all things if you've never been changed yourself?
Come on.
So now, it's where God want to use us now.
That's right.
In the supernatural.
Yes.
That's why he called it now faith. And I'll be coming from Hebrew chapter 11. He took me back there talking about faith. And you got to, now faith is confident. I'm reading out the NIV Bible also. Now faith is confident in what we hope for and assuring about what we do not see.
All right.
See, some folks think faith is that you got to see. If you don't see it, you're not going to believe it.
That's right.
And, it's just like also in Romans 8:24. He said, now that we are saved, we're eager to look forward to this freedom. For if you already have something, you don't need to hope for it. See, we don't have to hope for that. It's already done. But if we look forward to something we don't have yet, we must wait patiently and confidently. You got to know that God's going to do it without seeing it. You got to believe that it's already taking place. He don't want us to be like Tommy. You know, they call him Doubting Thomas. And John 20, verse 24, 31. I'm just going to read it where it says, one of the disciples, Thomas, nicknamed the twin, was not with the other when Jesus came. They told him, we have seen the Lord. But he replied, I won't believe it unless I see the nail wound in his hand, put my finger into them, and place my hand onto the wound in his side. See, Thomas wouldn't believe. And some of us just like Doubting Thomas. We don't believe that God going to do all these things that he has spoken in our life. Because we don't see it yet.
Yes.
He said that last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, it ain't happened now. And some folks get, you know, when the prophet speaking over your life, some folks get, I'm just being real, they get tired of prophet speaking over their life because they saying, all this stuff he prophesied to me ain't come to pass. I hear it over and over and over, where is that? I'm just being real. They get tired of hearing what God going to do, but they don't see nothing.
Process. Amen.
That's what they got to understand. It's a waiting. It's a waiting period. He didn't say he's going to do it tomorrow, tonight. He didn't say when you're going to do it. He said he'll do it. You just got to believe.
That's right.
You just got to take the word for what it is and say, okay, God, you said you're going to do it, and I believe you. And I'm going to be honest. Pastor Brown probably don't remember this. I'm going to take you all the way back.
All the way back.
It's been 15 years ago. But I never let up on it. He told me, he said, he said, in the spirit, I see a $50,000 check. He said, but I don't know when you're going to get it and how you're going to get it. Well, guess what? I'm still waiting. I'm still believing.
That's right.
I'm not going to doubt that God didn't tell him that.
That's right.
I'm believing this thing.
I'm believing it too.
I'm believing this thing. And I always tell people, when you start doubting, it's just like you pull your seed up.
That's true.
That's right.
Now you got to go back and pack that same seed over and start over again. So you know I ain't getting ready to start down all this year. I'm still believing, standing on the word of God.
Hold on to
God
it.
spoke it. He'll bring it back.
He will.
That's right.
Yes.
I'm not going to say, you know, Pastor Vaughn told me that I ain't seen no $50,000. It been 15 years, got me believing in this thing. It ain't came to pass yet. I'll never say that.
Right.
Because I don't want to start all over.
Process.
I'm believing this thing.
Process.
I'm going to wear this thing out to the end.
She just stuck in it.
Hey, when God tell you something like that, you're like, okay, I'm going to wait on it. So I guess what I'm trying to say, whatever God has spoken over your life, believe it. And
Amen.
receive it.
Yes.
Amen.
Like it's already done. I already got that
done.
$50,000, even though I can't see it.
Right. Right.
But I'm believing I got it, you know, already. Probably already got half of it, just didn't know I got it. You know, my home and stuff, you know, God made a way for me getting my home and stuff. It had to have money. That might be part of the money.
Amen.
So who knows how it gonna come?
That's right.
So you just have to believe what God say, and whatever you believe in God for, whatever you trust Him in, you just got to trust God. You can't be like Thomas, just doubting until you see. I don't want to be that person. I want to believe and take God at His word.
Right.
He don't have to prove anything to me. He said we're healed by His stripes. No matter if you do feel like you're sick now, whatever you're going through, you just got to trust God for your healing and believe that it's already done in your body.
That's right.
You got to believe everything that God has spoken over your life is going to come to pass. And a whole lot of things I've been believing God for, I believe that's already done.
Amen.
And I'm acting like it's already done. Some folks say, you crazy. Because I talk like that. They say, you crazy. And I'm going to be honest, before I got married, I told folks I was getting married. They like, you got a boyfriend? Well, who you married? I don't know. They say, you ain't got no boyfriend, you don't know who you married. No, I'm just speaking and believing it's already done.
Amen.
That God don't send somebody. And they like, she crazy. She talking crazy now. I said, you know what? When it comes to God, people don't think you crazy.
Yeah.
When you start talking like that, talking about faith and believing that it's already done, they think you out of your mind. They go around telling folks she crazy. Don't you know? You don't even listen to her. She crazy. She talk crazy. But when you know for yourself what God is doing for you and what God said,
Yes.
who cares what people say and think about you?
That's right.
When you're doing it for God.
Yes.
Yes.
And I'm gonna be honest, they used to call us Fruit Loops. They used to say them a bunch of Fruit Loops up in that church.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, well, guess what? Before the time over with, you gonna wish you had been a Fruit Loop.
Right.
And I tell all the time, I said, you know what? God do things that people think is foolish. And I told you, if God tell you to do something foolish, and you think it's foolish, just do it.
Just do it.
Don't ask no questions. Some things don't use yourself now. God don't tell you do, crazy stuff now. He ain't gonna try to tell you go out there and stay in front of that truck now. If you go out there, you're on your own risk. I mean, some folks take things, oh boy.
Yeah.
They be wanting, mark God. Well, God who he say he is. They sound just like Satan. Go out there and do this. I bet you won't go out there in the road. I bet you won't go neither. I bet you won't jump off that bridge. I bet I won't jump neither. You right. People they, it's just like Satan was trying to tempt, Jesus in the wilderness with all this stuff. But what did he do? He came back with the word.
Amen.
That's right.
So when people go talking crazy to you, just come back with the word.
That's right.
And then don't entertain that spirit too long anyway.
Right.
Because you already know God don't talk like that.
Mm-hmm.
So why waste your time entertaining stuff like that? This is what the action was commanded for. By faith, we understand that the universe was formed at God's command.
Yes,
So that's what is seen was not made out of what was visible. But you know what? The beginning point really is, the beginning point of faith is believing in God.
That's right.
He is who he saved. The end point is believing in God's promise. He will do what he say. When we believe that God will fulfill this promise, even though we don't see those promises materializing yet. So we demonstrate through faith.
Yes.
And that was Tommy. He he went to Tommy after he seen him.
Right.
He reached his hand and stuff out. And some of us, God have to do that to us. But he knew Tommy hard.
Right.
He knew Tommy believed in it, but Tommy was one of those, you just had to show me.
Yeah.
And that's just some things beyond what you about us. You gotta show me. Like we tell folks, when I see it, I believe it. I'm gonna do this for you. I'm gonna do this or whatever they say they're gonna do. You'll say, well, you know what? I'm just gonna wait till I see it. I hear you,
Right.
but I'm just gonna wait till I see it. If you're gonna do all this for me, I got to see it before I believe in it.
Yes.
Cause some folks will just pull your leg and tell you they're gonna do this and that and all that and buck you up and then don't do nothing. Then you disappointed. Then you upset with them. Then you're mad. Cause you didn't do what you said you're gonna do.
Yes.
And that's why I tell folks when people ask me for money, I never tell them I ain't got no money. I just tell them I don't have no extra money.
Good one. That's a good one.
Cause one thing when they see you out buying,
Amen.
That's a
first
good
thing they
one.
say, I thought you didn't have no money. How you buying this and that? Well, I told you I didn't have no extra money. I didn't tell you I didn't have no money. So I learned not to tell that lie. I used to tell folks I ain't got no money and know I got money. So I learned to say
Right.
I got money, but no extra money. Other words, I'm trying to tell you, none for you. You might say, you go buy me a meal.
I gotta try that.
And then that's a lying Christian right there. That Christian said she didn't have no money. Look at her, got her hair done, nails done, but she ain't got no money. Where she get it from? She ain't got no money.
Oh, my
So,
goodness.
to keep that down, I said, I ain't got no extra money.
That's good.
I said, I don't have no extra money. I'm just
I
money.
remember that.
Somebody called me and asked me to borrow some money. I didn't tell no stories, so I ain't got none because I've been lying. I said, I don't have no extra money. So that'll keep you from lying. Especially when you got money in your pocket. Just tell me it ain't for them. You don't want to hurt their feelings. I got some money, but it ain't for you. So just be nice and say,
Got no extra.
I don't have no extra money.
All right.
So, we train ourselves not to lie, because God say, hey, a lie.
Right.
That's right.
So you can't go wrong with that. I just don't have no extra. I got it, but I don't have no extra to give. I got bill to pay. And so that way they won't have to go around saying, you know what, they sure you lie over there. They say they're a Christian, and look at they told they ain't got no money. How they riding then? They must got some gas money from somewhere. I mean, people still say stuff. I heard it. That's why I learned not to say stuff like that. Cause you might just see me tell you, hey, I ain't got no money. You may see me go down and buy me a big old sandwich and a steak.
You got no money.
But just be straight up, I ain't got nothing to give you.
Jesus.
I don't have no extra. And you can't go wrong when you do that.
Yes, Lord. Jesus.
So that's how, we training ourselves not to lie, to be real with people, to be straight up with them.
Yes, that's
And then some of you, well, my attention was good. God know my heart. You gotta stop using the word. They use the word for, to fit into what they do. I know my heart. I know you wouldn't. If you was gonna do it, you would have done it. You knew you wasn't gonna do it when you told me you was gonna do it. You knew you didn't, just tell me the truth.
That's right.
Then I ain't got to get mad at you and call you a lying Christian. That's sure what they'll call you. So God called the universe into existence out of nothing. He declared that it was to be, and it was. Our faith is in God, who created the entire universe by His word as awesome power. When He speaks, do you listen and respond? Well, do you?
Jesus.
So we got to learn to listen to God
Amen.
when God's speaking and respond when we need to respond. Sometimes we don't need to say nothing sometimes. Sometimes we just need to listen. How can you better prepare yourself to respond to God's word? By listening to God. Some folks said by faith, Abel brought good and better offering than Cain did. By faith, he was commended as righteous when God spoke well of his offspring. And by faith, Abel still speaks, even though he is dead. See, God spoke it by faith. And then we got to start doing speaking by faith.
That's right.
That I am healed.
That's right.
By His stripe.
Yes, Lord. Jesus.
He said, whatever you need, I got it.
That's right.
You got to believe whatever you need in your life, God got it. You got to believe that.
Hallelujah.
By faith. You got to believe. By faith, I received that $50,000. I believe I already got it. By faith.
Thank you, Lord. Hallelujah.
So, we just got to believe by faith.
We receive it, though. Thank you.
Amen. Cain and Abel was Adam and Eve's first two sons. Abel offered a sacrifice that pleased God, while Cain pleased God. See, we got to please God. Whatever we do, we got to make sure that we pleasing to God, not people. Sometimes we get up caught in pleasing people. That's why the people begin to take over the church, and the pastor don't have two words to say. They just sit there and let them control him. And tell him what he gonna do and what he ain't gonna do.
Jesus.
Cause he trying to please people now. God hadn't called his people to be no people pleaser. We don't please people.
That's right.
We please God.
That's right.
And some folks gonna get mad at you. Cause when you hear God's word begin to change you, you begin to say, what I'm gonna do what God say do. And some folks wanna say you acting funny. Cause you say, I don't do that no more. I got to do what say the Lord.
Yes.
And then they say, you acting funny now. And then some of them call you a holy Christian. You all holy now. Because now we open up. Our spirit open up to the truth.
Yes. Lord.
And now we want to walk in the truth. How God called us to walk so we can receive the blessing of God. I mean, know that God got so much blessing stored up for us, but it's not where He wants us to be at. We're not walking in that position where He have called us to walk. We got to start letting things go. Things that is holding us down. Even sometimes even when it comes to family, you got to let them go. And sometimes he be trying to move people away from you, but we want to hold on for whatever reason. They might be the one, give you this, take care of your bills or whatever, and you want to hold on to that person. Because you feel if I let them go, I can't get my bill paid. My light bill won't get paid if I let him go. I let her go. So we have to learn when God say let go regardless. Because he is trying to, do that himself, take care of you. He want to take care of you. He don't want you to depend on no man anyway. When I say man, I'm speaking as man and woman. He don't want you to depend on others. He never said depend on people. He said depend on me.
That's right.
He said because I care. So whatever we're going through, he wants us to give it to him. And we always want to run and trust in people to do things for us or need them to do this and that. We always, look for people. And that's why we be so disappointed. Because sometimes they can't do it. Some of them want to do it and can't do it. Some not able to do it. Because we put our trust too much in people. And that's why we get hurt. Because we believe that they would have never done it. They would have never done it. Why not? They human being too. And that's what set up all that bitterness that you was talking about, all that hatred and stuff, anger and stuff. Because what people have done to us, and we thought they would never do it. All right. That's my sign. Go to the next one. Okay. Okay.
Co-workers.
What chapter 11 is talking about really is about faith. That's what it's really, he encouraging our faith today in him.
Right.
So by faith, was taken from this life so that he did not experience death. He could not be found because God had taken him away. For because before he was taken, he was commended as one who pleased God. See, God didn't even let him go through death because he was pleasing to God. So you see, it's impossible to please God without faith. Anyone who wants to come to him must believe there is a God and that he is reward those who seriously seek him. You got to believe that it's a God in order to receive the word of God. You got to believe that God's word is true.
That's right.
In order to really believe in the word of God, you got to believe that he is so. So how can you believe in the word of God if you don't believe in God? Some people they say I believe and I believe in God, but I don't believe in Jesus. They don't want to believe in the whole 9 yards. And he already said in his word, they reading the word, he said you cannot come through the Son except, to the Father except his Son. So we got to accept Jesus before we can get to God. But some folks, they twist that around. They think they can just go straight up and don't believe. But you got to be in the whole 9, you got to believe the whole 9 yards. You got to believe that God exists is only the beginning. Even demons believe that much. And you can read in James chapter 2, verse 19, 20 verse. But God will not settle for mere acknowledgement of his existence. He wants a personal relationship with you that will transform your life. That's the kind of relationship that God wants with us. He wants to change our life. He wants to transform our thinking. The way we think with the carnal mind, he wants to change that. And that's what God wants to do for us today, is change our minds so we can receive everything that he has promised us. Because he's not a man that should lie. So the word is true. He wants to give us that. So those who seek God will find that are rewarded with his intimate presence. So, I thank God for that. As long as we seek God, we'll be able to receive from God. And that's where he wants to spend time with him. And that's the only way we can really get what God wants us to get in life is by spending time with him and having faith and the knowledge that he do exist. Sometimes we wonder about fate of those who haven't heard of Christ and have not even had a Bible to read. God assuring us that all who honestly seek him, who act in faith on the knowledge of God, that they will possess, will be rewarded. Possessing will be rewarded when you tell others the good news. Encourage them to be honest. Okay? That's what I just did. I encourage y'all to be honest when it comes to y'all money. Stop telling folks y'all don't have no money. Just tell them you ain't got enough. Encourage them to be honest and delighted in their search for truth. Those who hear the good news are responsible for what they have heard. And you can read also in Corinthians chapter 6, verse 1 and 2. So that's what God wants us to do, encourage people. To be honest, to do what's right, to tell the truth. And without faith, it is impossible to please God, because anyone who comes to him must believe that he exists and that he rewards those who earnestly seek him. By faith, Noah was warned about things not yet seen, and holy fear built an ark to save his family. But by his faith, he condemned the world. He condemned the world and became heirs of the righteous, that is keeping with faith. So by faith, see, he used Noah to build. People thought Noah was crazy because he was building a big old boat out there in dry land.
Right.
So they thought something was wrong with him. And that's what people do today. They think something wrong with you when you start doing things that God tells you to do that is out the ordinary. But Noah experienced, and also we also want to understand that even though when we begin to do walking and where God wants us to walk, that people are going to reject us. And because we are different. God, people are peculiar people. And when people used to say you special, I just thought they tried to be funny. I'm serious. I used to be offended. But what they were saying, I was different. And I was like, you don't call me crazy. They were saying, you know what? You special. I'm for real. I'm sure y'all heard people say y'all special. But someone trying to be funny though. Someone really was trying to be funny, but we took it as you trying to be funny. Ain't nothing wrong with me. What you trying to say? I'm special. And so, I learned now that when they use the word, now when people call me special, I don't have no problem with it. And I'm like, you're right, I am special. I'm different. And when you're growing up, every one of us in here, we was different from our brother and sister. Very different.
Yes.
And I'm like, why is I'm so different from them? We came from the same, the same mother. Why they act different? Why act different from them? And then you start, carnal minded, the flesh. You start thinking something wrong with you for real. So you like, why they act like that and why I act like this? I must be different. What happened is almost like, you can't be my child because you act different from the rest of my kids. Well, I am your child, you have me. You got to be your child. You don't say, I'm not your child. Because you're not like them. Now I understand why.
Yeah.
See, God had already ordained us before we entered into our mother's womb.
That's
mother's wombs.
Right.
He had already picked us out to be special.
Yes.
Now we can be happy about being special. Because back then when folks said that stuff, I thought, I'm like, y'all got to be knowing. Come on now.
Yes. Yes.
But Noah experienced rejection because he was different from his neighbor. God commanded him to build a huge boat in the middle of dry land. And although God's command seemed foolish, see, some things God gonna tell us to do gonna seem foolish. But don't miss it, y'all. It might seem foolish to us, but don't miss it. I already said some things gonna seem foolish. So Noah obeyed. Now obedience made him appear strange to his neighbor, just as the new belief of Jewish Christian undoubtedly made them stand out. God people do stand out. We're supposed to stand out.
That's right. That's right.
That's right.
I mean, we're supposed to be different. If we all in the crowd, you should be able to tell the Christian from the non-Christian. You should be able. But some places you can't tell who is who no more. They all look the same.
That's right.
You can't tell the difference.
That's right.
And so God people supposed to stand among the crowd. They supposed to stand out. You ain't supposed to look like the worldly look. You supposed to look different. That's why when God saved us, He changed everything about us.
Yes.
Our whole appearance changed.
Yes.
The way we used to look, the way we used to dress, the way we used to act, the way we used to walk, the way we used to talk. We don't do that stuff no more.
Yes.
That's how you know you truly being touched by God.
Yes.